go again.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are here and ready to kick things off in the second series of the day. Here we go. LVC taking on University of Mary Washington. And this is for first place. If LVC lose this, they move down to second. And if they win, they retain first. As a pass from Faithful over to Magars leads to a launcher of a shot, but does not quite go. LVC, though, controlling the pace early. They are keeping this ball in the orange half. Looking much cleaner and much more collected than the last series. A great shot from Frenchie, but it will not go for right now. But LVC is still in possession. King Julian looking to get something going from Mary Washington, but he'll get bumped off. So LVC just have to continue controlling. And look at all this pressure LVC putting on. Magars throws a shot in, but it does get saved there from King Julian. And now LVC trying to get back onto the defensive half. Magars at least puts it out mid. Can he contest it? It'll actually be Frenchie that manages to make it back. So LVC still in a great spot, looking much better than they did in the series against Waynesburg already. And now they are warmed up, and you can clearly see it in their play. A lot of shots getting thrown down. No goals as of yet. Frenchie off the ceiling, but will not lead to a second touch. So for now, it'll still be a 0-0 scoreline. Mary Washington finally getting some control here, getting it into that blue half of the map. That one will go right across the face of the LVC net, but will not lead to much. Matutu trying to get something for Mary Washington, but ultimately he'll be by himself. So now LVC again on the counter. Bit of a whiff there from King Julian, doesn't get the proper read. Matutu, though, gonna get a bit of a mistouch, and it'll lead straight to Magars. Putting it right into the UMW net. I mean, it doesn't come much easier than that. It threw me off that it was that easy of a goal, but the first one will go to LVC. Although UMW looking to respond, Matsutu doesn't quite get to the ball quick enough. Magar's now with a chance on his own, but he'll get contested. LVC still keeping a large half of possession, keeping that ball away from UMW in their own hands. But Matsutu finally on this one, tries to go for a double, doesn't get there. Frenchie now just lobbing it downfield. Ark finally getting a touch out, but I haven't really seen much from him this game. He hasn't been able to do a whole lot, but there he's gonna lob a shot on net. Frenchie with a great save off the side of his car. So it'll be Faithful carrying it out for LVC. He's gonna leave that for Magars, just tries to get a cheeky little shot in, doesn't go. Matsutu off the backboard, and it'll be Magars directing it away. But look at this, almost an open net, not quite, and the shot from Irk doesn't go through. A bit off from Irk there. LVC continuing to hold their lead. Shot again though, and that one will land. King Julian finally getting something on the board for UMW. It's been a bit of a tough one so far for them, but they managed to get something in their favor. And with just 93 seconds on the clock, LVC looking to respond, and almost UMW putting a second one back. Irk gets the demo onto Magars, but still LVC with the ball. Magars launches it to the backboard. Frenchie's there to follow up, and he slams it home. So LVC still keeping themselves ahead, doing what they can with all of the possession that they've been able to hold so far. And they are dialed in. You can see almost expressionless this time around. Frenchie looking for the reset, doesn't go for it, so he'll just bully his way into the net. He's gonna do it all himself if he has to. Fakes out both of those players on the wall with the reset, and then Irk just gets bullied in the back of the net. Perfect play from Frenchie. Now a 2-goal lead for LVC. They may look to put another one on here. Magar's off the wall, almost gets the read on the touch out. King Julian tries to put one on target, but he's not able to. Frenchie with a bit of a wave dash there. Fakes another player out, passes it up to Magars, doesn't go. Magars just a little bit off on that reception. So it'll be UMW again looking to respond. Still not a lot going their way here. As Magars tries to sneak one in, he'll have to just toss it up to Frenchie. Shot goes off, Faithful off the side of the post, and LVC with a couple great opportunities there, but now it'll be Matsutu and Irk leading the way for Mary Washington, but this game does not have much time left in it. Mary Washington need one right now if they want to have a chance in this game number 1. It's looking like it will not happen, so LVC with a strong game 1 to start things out in this series. Ball just needs to hit the ground, but LVC may look to tack on at least one more. And it will not go. So LVC looking good in game number 1, much faster and much more clinical. And UMW needs to find a way to respond. 5 saves from Matsutu, not enough. 14 shots on target for LVC. That is a massive one for them to have. I mean, even though they only put 3 back, that's still just showing how much they're controlling the ball and how much they're able to do towards that UMW half. And now we head into game number 2, and LVC with all the momentum. Frenchie gonna leave it for Magars. Magars looking to make the play himself, but it will not happen for now. As King Julian looking to lead up for Mary Washington. It's not gonna be much of anything. Frenchie passes it out to Faithful. Gonna have to be Magars to respond, but for now. Not a lot. But still, similar story here. Urk gets a big demo. Matsutu looking to shoot. Magar's barely getting back for the save. As Frenchie continuing to carry this one out. Looks for the reset. Gets it. Almost gets the pass out, too. Frenchie looking a bit mechy today. It'll be UMW, though, on the offensive side. King Julian doesn't get the double, and Urk not there for the follow-through. Again, LVC looking to attack. Faithful off the wall. Gets the pass out mid. Matsutu gets the clear, though. A bit more control from the side of UMW. Still not what they'd like. LVC still having a lot of airspace, still having a lot of room to pass the ball. We saw how Waynesburg was shutting down every single touch from LVC. Every single possession, there was a lot of contention from the side of Waynesburg, and that's really what gave them an advantage in that series. Even though they lost, they still managed to shut down LVC's offensive power a bit more. UMW kind of giving up that space to the side of LVC. Look at this, Frenchie has a chance to turn. Matsutu just barely be able to get back for that save. And now he's actually carrying it through, has a shot on, it doesn't go through. Magars gets the save, but King Julian making sure the ball goes into the net. That looked a bit scary there for UMW. They almost were not able to convert there when the ball was essentially inside the net. But ultimately, they do manage to get the goal. But this is going to be a double for Magars, and that's free. He will take that every single day of the week. That whiff from, I believe that was Matsutu, going to be the opener for Magars, and he'll take free reign of that every single day. Now a 1-1 scoreline. Bumps come in. Urk, I think he looks to shoot there, but just slightly off. King Julian doesn't get to that ball in the corner, so now Matsutu just has to chase it. Gets demoed. Urk picking it back up. Having to go for quick 50s. Now LVC looking to up the pace. And that's what's given them an advantage here in the series. Faithful singing it across, and look at that boom from Magars. Actually ends up hitting the ceiling. That doesn't hit the ceiling. That very well could have been a shot. And now Frenchie gonna control it. King Julian, though, still back for UMW. And LVC not having to do a lot of work defensively, as they're just keeping the ball in the orange half and not really even allowing UMW to take many shots or even get many plays started in the first place. Matsutu with a shot there off the side, and Faithful manages to keep it out of the follow-through's way. Faithful with a back pass over to Frenchie. That's a solid pass from Faithful. Frenchie tries to get it over to Magars, but he's going to get beat. So Magars just has to play it in a bit of an awkward spot. Managed to get it down, though. Frenchie is here, almost gets the read onto Urk. But again, the passes from LVC looking very clean. Another shot coming in from King Julian off the corner. Save comes in. Again, LVC still managing to keep control of the ball. A King Julian shot gonna get blocked by Frenchie, and this is gonna be a tough save. Faithful somehow managed to get back for it. He had zero boost there, so he just had to work with what he could and managed to get it to go. And now we see again on the counterattack from Matsutu, playing it wisely. Faithful gets bumped on the rotation. Still a 1-1 game here. Magars all the way over to Faithful. Matsutu doesn't get the touch there. Faithful doesn't beat out King Julian, so it'll have to be a bit more of a play than that if LVC want to end this in regulation. Matsutu takes another shot, maybe looking for a dunk, doesn't get to it. So with 30 seconds left, it'll be LVC now on the attack again. King Julian somehow almost gets that. Urk going to be the one to follow up. A lot of big touches going down here. Now Frenchie just going to leave it to himself to carry. Faithful with some bumps, doesn't quite get enough on it. Magars, though, looking for a pass out mid, doesn't get there. There's really no one home for it. As now the ball cannot hit the ground, and Faithful will just leave it. They will send it to OT. Confident in their ability to take it in the overtime. And this may be why Frenchie looking for the double, but Urk gets there just in time. Although it's not going to alleviate much pressure, as LVC still looking to have heavy possession. Frenchie gets it downfield. Magar's now going to look to center this one, see if he can link up with someone on the LVC end. But it'll be a really good 50 there from UMW. Faithful just has to direct it away. Magars misses the boom, so maybe an opening from UMW. So now that one's floating very slowly mid, but Frenchie just a bit faster. Matutu, though, with the shot. Magars for the save. Frenchie now putting it downfield. Matutu trying to stay with it, and he does. Magars pops it up. Faithful in the air. Uncontested, but really not having a lot of space or places to go with the ball. Now Magars looking to just lob it into the net, and he does just that. In the head and the hands for Faithful. Just a bit confused on how that one even just goes in. It's just such a light touch. Matutu gets the misread onto that ball, so it'll be a 2-0 lead again for LVC. They will now be one away from clinching that first seed in this division. A much closer game than what we saw in map 1. You can see there too, Mary Washington outshooting LVC by a little bit, by I believe 3 shots. They outshot them, and it's still not enough. LVC still playing strong defensively and keeping their offensive presence known. They don't need to put as many shots on as long as they continue to hold possession. They'll look to do just that here. It's King Julian with a bit of a whiff. That's not going to be good. They're going to give Magars a shot, and he makes it in. He banks it off the inside or outside post. Or sorry, yeah, inside post. A great pass down from Faithful. Baits out Urk, and Magars just slamming it home into the side post. Fantastic play from LVC. And already they're up 1-0, just 13 seconds into this one. Already looking to close this out. Now another pass up to the middle. Magars doesn't get the right angle. Frenchie almost does. So LVC still not able to put a second on the board, but they are surely knocking on the doorstep of it. A shot gonna come. Actually, Urk gets overtaken by his teammate there. Maybe Tutu should have just left that one for Urk. Might have had a better shot. Magars sends it all the way down. Is there anyone mid for LVC? Yes, but they will get met to the ball. Touch from Urk, gonna lead to King Julian. Looking to get off the side wall. He does. Leaves it for Matutu. Magars just waiting on the backboard. Good touch. And now actually that ends up being a little bit of a weird one. Magars managed to make up for the play. Faithful whiffs on that, but Frenchie is able to clean it up. Bit of a scary defensive play there, and look at that from Faithful. Almost gets the pinch with Magars there. In fact, he may have. Not quite sure, but Faithful doing all the work there regardless. Off the ground, and no, Magars just a bit off. Faithful, though, with the touch off the ground, gonna make it a 2-0 scoreline in both the series and the game. And now Faithful looking for more, sends it to Frenchie, back down to Faithful, almost a phenomenal passing play between Frenchie and Faithful. Does not end up going. Now Matutu looking for something. Mary Washington trying to keep themselves in it, but they are in such a rough spot right now. Not only do they need to reverse sweep, they need to come back from a 2-goal deficit in this one. Things are not looking very bright. especially with how well LVC has been possessing the ball. Demo from King Julian at least gonna keep some of those LVC players away, but the bump onto King Julian gonna make this play much easier for Magars, who doesn't quite get there for a shot. Although Faithful keeping the pressure known, the presence known for LVC. They are just playing so much faster than the side of Mary Washington. It has been just such a grind for them to try and keep up, and that shot actually goes in. It's going to be off one of the UMW players that it falls, but either way, LVC going to still get the goal out of it. And LVC continuing to roll in this one. Good kickoff for UMW, but LVC still controlling it. Urk leaves it up for King Julian. Shot on target. Faithful there for the save. Another shot for King Julian, actually off the backboard. The follow through not gonna go. And look at that fake from Magars. Looking to get through one more, but Frenchie leaving it. But look at this from Urk. He's gonna be in a perfect position. It doesn't even matter. Matutu's shot gonna be the one that goes in. And Urk not even going to need to get a touch. So LVC, or sorry, UMW still showing life in this game. But they're going to need a lot more where that came from. They still have 2 minutes on the clock. Very doable here if you are UMW, but you need to start ramping up the pace, or in fact, finding a way to slow down LVC. They have been firing on all cylinders so far in this series. That's really what's been giving them the advantage. Still making it a bit scrappy, but not leading to many goals. And look at this from Faithful. Great touch there. King Julian actually gets a back touch, almost puts it into his own net. Now the bump's coming in from Frenchie. All the while, the ball floating back towards his own net. Faithful with a good touch across. This Frenchie now has the chance to control it, lobs it up, but no one home. King Julian gets 2 touches there and gonna have to continue carrying it out. Gets poked away by Magars, looking for a pass out mid, doesn't get there. Urk tries to find King Julian, but just a bit too far away. Now Faithful given a bit of time. King Julian managed to steal it away, but it's gonna need to be a double touch, and it is King Julian putting it within 1. So LVC not out of the woods yet. King Julian manages to get there just in time. And now with 52 seconds left, things are starting to turn around for UMW. And look at this. Urk tries to get that quick shot in, but Frenchie just barely following him up. Magars gets a double block there. Urk now looking for something. Faithful carrying it out, passes it over to Frenchie. Now Frenchie with a chance to get something going here for LVC. They haven't scored in a little bit, but they still do have the lead. Just 20 seconds remain. Now LVC just trying to waste time, but that could be disastrous. Magars managed to lead it away. Another shot comes in from Matutu. Not gonna go just yet. And it's going to be King Julian again, putting it home for Mary Washington with just 9 seconds remaining. We very well could see another overtime. Urk with a fantastic pass as well. Matutu off the ceiling. Maybe another shot from King Julian. Faithful barely getting that one away. Frenchie just sending it all the way to midfield. Matutu has no boost, so he's not going to be able to stay on this one, and we will see another OT. Look at that, a demo, but Matutu in the perfect position. If he's not there, very well could have been very early LVC goal. Matutu looking for the double. Actually, just going to leave the King Julian again. But now the ball flying downfield. Faithful may be able to get here. Actually, no. Urk going to put it right in front of his own net, and that's going to be a lob to Frenchie. And LVC going to be handed the series win there by Urk. Just a very unfortunate touch, but that will do it. LVC going to take the series in a 3-0 sweep. They will claim first place in the NECC Challengers Central Atlantic Division. Phenomenal play all season long, and they will be paid beautifully for it. But that will do things in for us tonight. That will be it for the weekend as well, but make sure to tune in next week. We have a ton of finals going around this coming week. NACE Varsity Plus finals all throughout the week next week, and NECC playoffs kicking off too. And at the end of the week, we have the Appalachian Conference playoffs hosted at the Belong Arena in the King of Prussia Mall. So stay tuned for all of that action right here, twitch.tv/Lebanon Valley College. And also be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at LVC_esports to see when our matches are going down. We will catch you guys on Monday. We'll be back then. Have a great weekend.